What is up, folks? This is Aircast, and welcome back to Infinity Minecraft Expert Mode. Alright, so we need to get this area up and running. We've been working on it for quite a few episodes, just kind of on and off, because we didn't necessarily have what we needed to finish it, and frankly, we needed other things to be built. That comes to mind. But we are... Alright. Talked little bit about the frame drop in the last episode, but yeah, go ahead and saying sorry for that. Don't know what's going on. Alright, anyway, moving on. So, we've been kind of doing other stuff, and I want to get this project done. That way, when I come across mobs that I need items from, creepers come to mind at the moment, I can go ahead and set it up and have it run. But at the moment it is not able to do that. So let's go ahead and finish it up. Last episode we built the tank, and I rambled on a lot as is my habit. This episode we're going to hook the power up, we're going to hook the tank up, and we're going to have it start running. Alright, so you might see these and think, where did those come from? Alright, so we actually made these at some point, and I have no idea when it was, but I found them in my inventory, or in my AE system, and it was like, oh, hey, let's use those instead. Because I did make these guys on camera. And that's when I realized I had the better ones already, so why was I going to use these? I don't know. So, we're going to use those instead. So, we've got plenty of conduits made, thankfully. Because otherwise I'm sure the pattern for these is probably changed, and it's something that I probably don't even want to look at. Actually, you know what, let's go ahead and look. Why? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's expensive. Ooh. Ouch. What? Oh, man, that hurts. Let's just say I'm glad that I have these. I think that's the understatement of the year. Alright, so we've also got these, which aren't the highest level. But we don't need the highest level at the moment. This wouldn't cut it. Now, do we need to be using these? No, we don't. But I think that would be nice to use in this area. Now, this is a normal... Right. Oh, that's the normal fluid conduit. I want to get that off of there. Also, I need to be using the Yeta wrench, probably. At least it would make things easier. So let's go ahead and pop it out. So, we talked in a few episodes ago about the things that the Yeta wrench does, and I'll touch briefly on it after I've set some of this stuff up, because otherwise you're not really going to be seeing what's going on with it. Alright. And now we need that to be pulling out. So this is the fluid duct. This one's power, and this one is our item duct. Now, how do we want to have this set up? I think we're going to have a chest. Gold is fine. We're going to need an import bus. Oh, hey, we already have one. We're also going to need some ME cables. Let's type in smart. Okay, there we go. That should be fine. And let's go ahead and set this part up first, because we're going to need to set up anyway. Oh. Alright, so we've got... Let's just put this here, and actually I'm only going to need one. I could use the glass cables, actually. I think I kind of want to. If, let's say this is these cables all the way. Do I have any though? That's a good question. I should. Glass. Yes, I've got a few. Good. Let's go just throw those in there. Now, I would love for all of my cables to be the smart cables, but it's just not feasible at the moment to set it up that way. I don't have that much nether quartz. This will take a few seconds to update, because, well, it's a long way to the controller. But there you go. All good. And I can toss this guy in here, and he'll be sucked right out. Good. Now I'll probably need to do some upgrades for this, but we'll worry about that later. Actually, I'm pretty positive I'm going to need some upgrades for it. But let's go ahead, and I guess it'd be better to go from down there. So we've got our item conduits, and these guys need to run to there. What else do I need? I've got the fluid, and I've got the power. Now, do these guys... I wonder if that actually... Yes, alright, it's got the 5000 and 5000 RF, good. I'm thinking the way that I want to do this is to have... Okay, I'm going to have these all run down the center. And they are going to cut off when they need to. So let's go ahead. I'll use... Sorry, I'm just trying to think exactly how I want to have all this set up. Oh, it's flux stuck now, isn't it? Alright, so here's some redstone energy ones. I don't need that on my bar at the moment. I don't have... Now, there's also a Applied Energistics version of... Or rather, a Ender IO version of the Applied Energistics duct. Or not duct, but cable. Just in case you're curious. Okay. So, we'll have... Oh, that's so annoying. We'll have this guy... Oh, did I miss it? No, I didn't. Okay. I was just looking for the wrong color. So we'll have this. Now these are filling up. Okay, good. And I'll need... You know, actually we could use the redstone version of these as well. What does it take to make these? Just redstone alloy? That's it? Really? Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use these then. Because I've got a bunch. Oh, those are ingots as opposed to just straight alloy. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and make a stack of those. And I can put that back in there. Alright, so I know I'm not finishing my thoughts here. What I'm going to do is so that these can exist in the same block. That's going to turn on. That's fine. So that they can exist in the same block, I'm going to have them go like this. I wonder if these will actually connect. Yes, they do. Good. Okay. I don't think that looks great. But as long as it's working, I can pretty it up a little bit later. But basically, I'll set up this first one on camera, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. So the reason I did that is because I want this to be a straight shot. So let's go ahead and put like this. What? Can these not exist in the same block? Yes, they can. Interesting. It behaved a little bit differently than I thought it would have. This is the... what? This is the item conduit. Alright, so it needs to go over there as well. But... do I want to move this? I think I do. Let's go ahead and just move this. For the sake of simplicity. So I'm going to have you keep going over here until here. And then I'll put the chest right here. And put that down there. Okay, there we go. So that'll work just fine. And I'll just stick those in there because I shouldn't need those. I'll keep the red alloy wire on me just in case. But we've got the item conduit moving down here. And it's actually attaching to the right side of this block. We're going to need it to, I guess, come down and go like that. Looks a little funny, but it's fine. Okay, so we've got that working. Item conduit's going all the way there. Now I need to run power from here over like so. That's not what I want. I'm not sure the best way to... Okay, so if I click on the end like that, then it should work. Okay. The problem was if I clicked up there, it put it up there, right? But I needed a surface to click on, you know, to be able to continue it onward. Alright, so power should be hooked up now. I just need fluid. Let me see if the power is working. Looks like it's stored RF. Alright, energy's full. Work. Alright, so it's idle at the moment. We can hop up there and take a look and see what it's doing. And that'll actually help me display the fluids that are going on. Alright, so we don't have anything spawning. Let's go ahead and turn it. I should have turned it on. Oh, you know what? I know what the problem is. Okay, so let's go ahead and head inside of the cables here. So good thing that I kept this on me because I need these to be two different sources. Unfortunately, at the moment, they are not. Oop. Alright, so the problem was it was linking the signal from the lever that was supposed to go on this side. See how they're different signals in the same block? So I'll need to do it like that. In fact, I don't necessarily need that until I get here. And then at that point, it should turn on. Okay, so I'll leave... Well, that one is supposed to be on. The redstone signal is supposed to be on as opposed to this over here. Okay. So that sounds like it's working at the moment. Let's go ahead and head up and see. Okay, yep, it just spawned in. And in a few seconds, that should go ahead and kill all of them. Come on, grinder. You can do it. It only does it every so many seconds, which saves power, and it saves a lot of lag. Alright, good. This did build up essence. Why are you not triggering? No! It should trigger and kill all of them. Why are you not working? Is there an item stuck in its buffer? Shouldn't be. Oh, no, I've got the item ducts set up, right? It's these guys. Yeah. I'm not sure if I have the other end set up. Let's take a look at that. No, I do not have the other end set up. Alright, so you should be going that way. Alright, good. You dumped them in there. Alright, so now that that should be cleared. There we go. And it's starting. So you need to make sure that there is not an item stuck in its buffer. You can't see the buffer, but if it's not working, it's generally a good idea to check it out and see if your items are going where they're supposed to be going. So we're also building up tons of this essence here. Now it looks like it's not going to, halt its process if it's just essence that it's going to be losing. But unless it's actually building up in the fluids or pipe. Nope, doesn't look like it. Interesting. But these little arrows will tell you exactly what's going on. And it'll tell you, that's interesting. That's not what I want to happen. But it'll tell you exactly what direction it's heading out into. Now, let's go ahead and head down here and set up the fluids. Alright, so we should have it being pulled out. We just need to have it head down this way. And it's setting onto this other side of the pipe, by the way. Let's go ahead and put you there. And there. Now these guys are going to need to go straight over here. So we'll continue on like that. And then we'll have it go like so. Alright, so we want it to go one direction, and it's going to go into here. And looky there, it is already starting to fill up. You can see the green that's down there. It's not showing mill buckets in there. Oh, I guess just because there's not enough in there to really show us anything under Wayla. But yeah, you can see the essence is starting to flow in there, which is exactly what we want to have happen. Now, aren't these awesome? I don't like using them all the time because I like seeing the items and fluids flow through the ducts and such. But since this is going to be down here in an area where we can't really see it anyway, I kind of figured that, hey, let's go ahead and use the Ender IO stuff because it's kind of awesome. And you can see this is empty completely. But we can set this and have it running in the background and I'll have to worry about it. But yeah, since we're not going to be seeing it, I figured, hey, it's actually a pretty good opportunity to use it. Now, as we talked about in the past, you can set it to see exactly, you know, where you're getting or where your stuff is flowing to. It's kind of awesome, isn't it? I mean, you can still see the outline of the other pipes that you have going, right? Or conduits that you have going. I need to have... And you can shift-click items to be on here. This area is really dark, so I figure it's a probably good opportunity to go ahead and put some torches down. But yeah, you can set it to see, hey, let's look at our redstone. Hey, let's look at our fluids. And our items. Something we're not using. Oh, it's the applied energistics cable. And you can see all of them, which is pretty awesome. I have to say, I love the Yeta wrench. It's really, really cool. Let's go ahead and make sure I can turn this thing off, which I should be able to do. Or you can say hello. I never did seal the top off, and there's not really any reason to. Should be able to turn off just fine. Good. Just wanted to make sure that the redstone pipes were, or conduits were working exactly as I thought they were. But yeah, so this is all set up, and we'll move on to the next project. Alrighty folks, so I just wanted to show you real quick exactly what it looks like once I'm done setting all these things up, right? So there's a lot of pipes and stuff going on here, and it's a little bit overwhelming if you probably didn't watch the last section. Because we've got so many different pipes in the same block going everywhere. But that's exactly what the Yeta wrench is for. So if I'm looking for power, I want to make sure that all of my grinders are hooked up. Well, actually, if I use my Yeta wrench, I can look at it and say, okay, all of them are hooked up. Isn't that awesome? And likewise, I can go to redstone. Okay, I can see exactly what's going on with my redstone ducts. We've got our fluid here. Okay, looks like we've got them all set up, which is a good thing because, oh my gosh, those things are expensive. You have to make the hardened flux duct, or hardened fluid duct, which is a bit of a problem because those take aluminum glass. And aluminum takes aluminum blend, which takes energized glowstone. And yeah, you kind of get the picture here. Same with item ducts. Looks like we're doing alright. And this is as much as for me as it is for you guys, showing you exactly what we've got going on here. And let's just say we don't want to look at any of our ducts. Go away, ducts. Alright, we can turn them all back on, that's fine. Now, as far as... Oh, and you can make it so you don't see the braces as well, which is kind of nice. But, you know, as soon as you switch away from it, well, everything pops back. Which is probably a good thing because, you know, you want to walk around with just seeing your power ducts or whatever. But, yep, that looks like it's all working out fine. This seems to be mostly keeping up. I'm going to have to do something about those bows. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Is it fine for now? Yeah, I guess. Now you can program these things, but we're going to need item filters. What did the item filters cost? Oh, and also you can set it up to have different channels and stuff, which is really awesome. Have different priorities, which again, awesome. Of course, you can in, out, extract, insert, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and for extract, you can have it redstone signals just like you do with the servos. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that you can get into with Ender.io, which is pretty cool. We'll probably get into it at some point, past the point that we've already gotten into. We've gotten a decent amount. For some reason, Wayla isn't showing any fluid in there at all. But there is fluid. There's actually a decent amount of fluid in there. We're starting to build up a good amount of essence, which is really good. It hasn't really been running that long. Maybe 10 minutes. Something like that, 15 minutes. But let's go ahead and let's get some wither skeleton skulls. Come on, spawner. Did I upgrade this one? I'm not sure I upgraded that spawner or not. Or if I upgraded it or not. I know I haven't upgraded all of these. Enderman there would be good. I'd really like to get some ender pearls. Okay, you're spawning. Pretty darn slow, but you're spawning. And now, in a few seconds, yep, he's dead. Cool. So I'll leave that running for a while. In fact, I think I'll turn this one off because I don't need bone meal at the moment. I will in the future, but I don't need it right now. And I don't need the bows clogging up my inventory too. But I can use, these guys drop bones. They also drop coal, which is kind of useful. And most useful, they drop... Oh, hey, ender skeleton skulls. But yeah, so I'm going to get some things together for the next project, which will be taking place down there, which we've already got power down there, which is awesome, because we're going to need power, and Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Tesseract frame. Yeah. That's not terrible, right? Alright. So, yeah, just a little picture of what we've got ahead of us. And the whole pack is like that, right? So, I mean, I'm going to be sighing, but I'm actually kind of happy about it because it's cool. Oh, that's not a good place to... Alright, so these guys over here, this is a good time to talk about this. These are actually... Oh, well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. These can actually be considered spawning points. So, if you've got it hovering around somewhere where you can be shot or blown up, be careful about that because I have had some nasty things spawn on these things. I haven't had anything spawn on these guys, but they are spawning on those, so just watch it. How much energy do we have? The answer is a lot. Going on 2 billion. Not bad. But considering there's 2 trillion able to be stored, actually I think it's over 2 trillion. That's just a drop in the bucket. Alright, so I'll see you in a second. Alrighty folks. So we're in here with the nice humming of our generators. I'm still going. I'm still pumping out power. Obviously the lava flow is not that great. I need to probably go down there and move them. but I still got plenty of power coming in, and we've got a good amount stored, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and charge these guys up while I'm thinking about it. But as you can see over here, we're going to be working on some forestry. So we're going to need forestry for a lot of things coming up. And in a way that's fortunate, in a way it's unfortunate, because that means we're going to have to delve into another mod, which, again, fortunate and unfortunate. So I just stuck this guy over here right now. He used to be a bit of a problem child, because Railcraft, for some reason, the mod people thought it was a good idea to use power whether you're using it or not. So as long as it was hooked up to power, it would suck up RF. And of course it wasn't doing anything, it was just using power. Which was kind of sucky because like nobody else does that. I don't know if it still does that or not. So I've just got it stuck over here for now. I'll figure it out at some point. It didn't look like it was using power, but then again I was pumping so much RF into it, I don't know, I mean, would it even show that it's using power? I don't know. Alright, so we need to make a little something called a thermiotic fabricator. Do we have bronze gears? No, we don't. So we're going to have to do a certain thing. This is the only way to make bronze gears. I was not really planning on putting up a smeltery again, but it's not like we don't have the blocks for it. So let's go ahead and do it, I guess. No, I didn't need that. I do need that. Let's go ahead and stick it up here. So I've made this little hallway to put stuff in, and this isn't exactly what I was going to put in here, but we're going to need it for a lot of things, including gear making, so might as well. Now I want... Oh, looks like we've... Okay, whatever. Actually, that was not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be a little cave, but it wasn't. Alright, so... Oh, come on. Stop freezing on me. So let's go ahead... I was thinking... Yeah. No. I was trying to decide what... If I wanted to make this go onto its larger self. It's 3x3. And... Wow. Ha! What the? What are you? Oh boy. Anyway, yeah. So, I was just curious. I was just like, you know what? I've got this really expensive thing on me that's normally expensive. What is it now? So, I guess we know what it is. Something very unpleasant. Alright, well, wasn't much talking there, but I imagine there didn't really need to be once you figured out what I was doing. I'm going to fill this in just for looks. I'm not really too concerned about it. Let's do it like this. Frame drop. Again. I had a thought that it might be the texture pack. It wasn't. Which I'm so thankful for. Even if... I would have done it with vanilla textures if that had been the problem. But... when I transferred, you know, when I turned off the texture pack, I was just like, oh my gosh, this looks horrible. So I'm glad. I mean, I could have used another texture pack, don't get me wrong. But, and I probably would have. I would have switched to something else, even if it didn't have, you know, all the different mods. taken care of, but I wouldn't have been the happiest to, about it. It wasn't something I wanted to do. Looks like I need some more of those, so I'll just do this for now. And bronze apparently can only be made in here too, so I need some spouts. So let's drop all this stuff off in here. Oh, actually I grabbed some. I just didn't realize I grabbed some. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. So now we're going to need a gear pattern, which means we need... Actually, I think I might have some blank casts in here. Do I? Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm just going to melt some of these down. I'll just leave that in there. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. I don't think... Oh, you know what? I've got all of my patterns and stuff up top. And a drop again. Now, I didn't stick a tank on there. Now, let's go ahead. Smeltery. Huh. I'll be right back, folks. Okay. I found what I was looking for. There's also another issue. So, obviously, I can carry buckets of lava over here. That's not that big of a deal. Frame drop. Annoying me. But I wanted to put up another ender tank because, I mean, I've got these guys, right? And technically I do have another one that I could use if I only used one ender pump. But then I'd have no lava at all. So I figure what I'm going to do, I'm going to need one of these, which I've got one of. Woo. Gosh, these things are expensive. I need... Oh, yeah. You want to... I don't think I ever actually showed you guys what it takes to do these. If I did, I'm sorry. But they're so ridiculous. Hardened fluid duct. So they take... They're going to take a lot of... Okay, good. It's just pulverized silver and tin. When I was seeing the grid, I was like, how do I get that? But yeah, to get the... I don't have that much glowstone, I think. I mean, I've got a decent amount, but that gets eaten up really quick, especially when you're making pipes. Because it usually takes you far more than you want to admit that it's going to take you. But yeah. Thankfully I have one. Servos, it's only going to take a hardened one. I don't need more than that. And I need a tank, which I have a few of. Let's go and use this one. It's going to be more than enough, I think. Now if I stick you, of course, frame drop. If I stick you there, you'll just start filling up. Honestly, that's probably going to be enough for now. He's being filled from the ender tank from this line over here. That should be fine. Thank you. Eric. And this will fill back up, thankfully. But yeah, so let's put you there, and then I'll put you there. And then you there. And turn you off. And there we go. So this will be filling up for a little bit at least. And I can always just take this back over and refill it. But that'll help out. So I'm going to put those casts back in there. That way they can melt down. I'm also going to need... Actually, I think those are going to be... Let's go ahead and make our gear first. So the gear is actually not made in the pattern table over here. Hello? There isn't a pattern to make from it. And that's because you can actually make stone gears straight up. You can make a wood gear and then make the stone gear from there. So that's a plus. Wait, stop doing that to me. So that's a plus. So let's go ahead, make a wooden gear. Okay. They're rough around the edges. And then we can make our stone gear. So from there, we will put that down, and we have our, okay, molten aluminum brass, and ta-da, we have our gear cast. Now, let's take a look. All right, here's our bronze, and you're going to be molten bronze. What I'm thinking about is ore dictionary stuff. So aluminum, brass, and bronze. I was trying to remember what it takes to make aluminum brass. And actually, this is a good way. Let's see. You are going to be copper and aluminum. Okay, as opposed to copper and tin. So let's go ahead and grab some tin. And we're just going to make a bunch of these in copper. We've got a bunch of gears already, which is good. Obviously, this isn't going to make it in the right ratio, but I'm just going to stick a bunch of these guys in here. And what we could do is actually set it up so we've got item duct pumping these things in here, which actually might not be a bad idea. I can't remember if it's 3 copper to 110. Proven gear. Oh, it's extra trees thing. If it's 3 copper to 110 or 310 to 1 copper. Let's take a look real quick. 3 copper or 110. Okay. So it's going to be half. Let's ish. I'm going to go ahead and smelt this thing up, and actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. I've done this before, but I think I still have a servo I need. Good. I don't need that. Whatever. And I need an item duct, which I have plenty of, which are actually really cheap, so it's not a problem. I'm going to need a chest. That's fine. I think that's all I need. Should be anyway. Now, I don't think I need to set this up on the bottom, but let's go ahead and check it out and see. All right, gold chest. So, if... Good, I've got... Oh, that's not going to help me out any at the moment. I need this to be bronze. Actually, I could make a copper tin, but I don't want it to drain all of it out, which is exactly what it's going to do. Oh, let's go ahead and turn the redstone off. Okay. Do we have our bronze yet? Not yet. Not quite. Chop chop. Viewers are waiting. Okay, good. Well, we've got our bronze, which is going to be on the bottom, which is good. So if I turn that on, are you going to... Good. All right. So what you would then do, I can't do this at the moment because I don't have it set up properly. But what I'd have it set up to is... Actually, I can do this. I wonder if the temperate will be okay. Might be. But it is molten, right? Oh, you know what? We don't have to use one of those. We can use a fluid conduit. I'm sure that will probably work. Sure, probably, maybe. So, oh, I need other stuff though. Crap. We can try a temperate. Probably just gonna break on me. Okay, I know I'm not finishing any of my thoughts. Sorry, guys. No. I haven't set this up with a fluid in a long time, and I don't want to screw this up. Alright, so I think it's set to redstone automatically, right? Okay, good. So I want to, on a whitelist, and I'm gonna need, can I just get a bucket out of there? I want to whitelist the bronze. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work. I'm just kind of doing this on the fly because I didn't really think about using it in the past. I want to see if I can shift click it into here, because at one point you could. I don't know if you can still do that, but I want to have liquid bronze in here. Here's my bronze gear. I want... Can I get... It doesn't look like it. Now, can I get it from here somehow? No, that's just going to fry it. How do I get molten bronze? You know what? I have an idea. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll get that off. I'm going to need my other tank. And I'm thinking this is going to be a bad idea. Very bad idea. Ignored. You not going to work? Huh. Does that not work anymore? Oh, it might just because it's temperate. Sorry, buddy. I need you. Alright, let's try it with the hardened. And... stick you on here. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. I didn't want it to be completely full. Alright, redstone high. Alright. Well, I think I can get my bucket now. Alright, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Okay. Now if I put that in there... Now how do I get all this stuff back in there? I don't know that I can. Oh, you know what? Maybe if instead of having it from here... Yeah, I think that might work. Okay. So this is obviously an on-the-fly kind of deal. But if I put that like that, okay, good. Now if I take you off and I put you up here and then put the servo there, turn that to ignored. Yes, good, because I didn't want a tank of liquid bronze. Okay, good. That's all drained. It didn't actually hold that much to begin with because it's just a small tank. It's not been upgraded at all. So I wasn't going to be completely horrified or mortified if it stayed like that. But, oh, I didn't actually want to do that. I should have just clicked on it instead of... but yeah, so if we set up our hardened fluid duct, like so, we still got our bucket of bronze, good. We put you there, and then we access you, put that bronze back in there, ignored. Oh, I had it on blacklist. Darn it. Alright, so obviously make sure and set it up to whitelist first. Oh, stop dropping frames. Okay. So you need to be whitelist. It's going to whitelist whatever item is in here, which is going to be liquid bronze. Alright. So whenever there's going to be bronze in here, ta-da, it's going to automatically make bronze gears. So obviously it's going to be a bit of a problem if I don't have bronze. It needs to be on the bottom. So as long as it's on the bottom, it'll do it. If it's not, if it's on the top like it just was, then it's not going to pump it out. So you need to watch that. But otherwise, it'll make bronze gears, which we're going to need a bunch of, so I'm going to make some. All right, so sorry for the, I'm trying to think of a gentle way to put it. Fiasco. There we go. Sorry for the fiasco. But I hope you guys did enjoy while it was going on, because we figured out some stuff on the fly that I wasn't really sure how I was going to get to work. But we got it working, which is the important part, and I'll figure out something to do for that. Maybe I'll just use buckets for now, but I mean, I don't think I have any of these with glowstone in them. This one's redstone, cryotheum, and this one's probably, yeah, ender. Okay. So we'll figure something out. I mean, if we could figure this out on the fly, then, you know, we'll be fine. But yeah, so until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day.